Welcome to Canine Corner, where we help you and your dog become better friends. I'm Christy Wilcox, and today we're going to take a look at some of the best stories that we've done over the past year. First, we're starting out with a story for Guide Dogs for the Blind, a family right here in Torrance whose primary focus has been raising dogs for a great cause.
Life's precious enjoyments come from the essential five: taste, touch, sound, smell, and sight. Kinder's a beautiful 5-month-old yellow lab.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
She has puppy smell, a boisterous bark, and will politely give you a good licking if you let her.
I know.
Kinder resides with the Wassenbergs, whose mission is to help her help others who have all of those gifts, but one.
When Kinder gets to be about 1.5 years, she's going to go back to San Rafael for training to be a guide dog.
In 2004, it started as their daughter's school project.
She got us hooked, and now we're on our 5th dog.
And then I put the leash on.
Such a good girl.
And then we have the halty that goes around the mouth.
Puppy raisers must attend 3 outings, be interviewed, and get a home safety inspection before they start the program.
Kinder, okay.
For our training, you're really just teaching them basic manners, sit, stay, down.
Each raiser is given guidelines, and not all dogs make the cut. And there's another tough reality.
So giving up the dog must be very, very difficult. I mean, you've spent, from the time it was what, 2 months old?
2 months old till about 16 months, 15, 16 months
16 months, and you have to
say goodbye.
say goodbye. That's tough.
It is. The first time was really hard. I went with my daughter, and we just both cried and cried and cried.
But the Wassenbergs say when it comes to graduation, the sacrifice is worth the cause.
Each blind person can get up and talk, and a lot of them talk about what a difference having the guide dog has made in their life and how independent they've been able to become, and how much they appreciate what the raisers do in raising the dogs and then giving them up.
And that's why you continue to do it?
Yes, and it's really enjoyable to raise the dogs, and being able to take your dogs places is a lot of fun doing it.
The organization has monthly meetings where they come up with fun tasks like using public transportation to practice.
Kinder, go to bed.
All reinforcing the day when Kinder leaves for a lifelong commitment.
She was such a cute little puppy, and hopefully she'll have lots of success in the program. Now, if you're interested in raising a guide dog for the blind, you probably want this information.
You may contact Guide Dogs for the Blind at 800-295-4050 or on their website at guidedogs.com.
Coming up next after the break, we're going to check out one of my favorite stories. Now, this family and dog went through many challenges to find love in the end.
Some dogs fetch and roll over. Some dogs take you to Spain and shopping for refrigerators, help you get through grad school, start your own business, go on hikes in the Grand Canyon. Some dogs you trust with your life every day. Being partners with a guide dog is having the freedom to do what you want in life. Nothing more, nothing less. And with your help, nothing need ever change that. Call 1-888-884-DOGS or visit guidedogs.com.
Getting old is horrible, okay? Horrible.
You're not old.
Oh, Melissa, come on, look at me, grow up. The only men that hit on me these days are undertakers.
You know, I don't want to talk about this.
You've got to understand what's going to happen. You've got to understand my needs. You've got to understand my wants.
No, la, 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 la.
Don't give me la, 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 la.
I can't.
Talk to your family about aging, even if they're not ready to listen.
No matter who you are, it's not easy talking about aging. For help, go to voa.org/talk. A message from Volunteers of America.
Welcome back to Canine Corner, and on today's show we're reviewing some of the greatest stories that have taken place on Canine Corner over the past year. This one is my favorite, so take a look.
Inspiration comes in many forms, and if you're looking for the classic fairy tale, Daisy would be that dog.
I know.
So I went out to meet Daisy, who looks like your average playful pup, and wondered, what could a 4-year-old dog possibly teach me?
She clearly likes you, so that's always a plus.
Daisy likes an afternoon stroll, can't get enough of tasty treats, and at the ripe old age of 4, well, she'll keep you spinning.
See how much trained she is?
She's working on swimming lessons, loves to play with the other dwarfs, and she's even been given awards for being inspirational. That's because Daisy is both blind and deaf.
There's so many of them, huh?
She went through 3 homes before she gave her forever family their first kiss.
When we first met her, she ran up to me, jumped in my lap, and kissed my face. And then that would be the last time she would do that for 2 years.
Daisy's fairy dog mother knew a special needs dog would be hard to take care of, but this journey would look more like a climb up Mount Everest.
She was aggressive, she wouldn't sleep, she didn't know the difference between night and day, she paced like crazy. And we were fortunate enough to have one trainer donate 2 days to us.
So the task was given to Olivia, whom they refer to as Daisy's seeing eye dog.
Right away, Olivia had to kind of be trained by Daisy. Daisy, would push up against Olivia's body, follow her around the house. She checks Olivia's mouth for food. That's how she would know if it was dinner time or if treats were being given out.
So when did you finally see that change starting to take place? Because you guys struggled for a very long time.
There was one night when it was time to go to bed, and I was expecting the aggression and the thrashing, and she didn't do it. She actually let me just pet her, and she fell asleep in my arms.
That was when the clouds parted and a magical glimpse of sunshine appeared on this never-ending climb.
You know what's funny though, Chrissy, is people stop and stare at her a lot.
Really?
And not with, oh my God, they stop and stare at her eyes, they stop and stare when she's spinning, and people are either really, really drawn to her or just very much like scared by it.
This behavior caused Farish to write the book, What About Daisy?, so that people can learn that looks are deceiving and adversity can be overcome.
People need to be okay with this, because once you meet Daisy, you don't realize, and people ask, well, what if she wasn't blind and deaf? And then that wouldn't be Daisy. That is who Daisy is. That's part of her personality. And I wanted kids to realize that, and parents.
Like any good mom, she invented what's right. And today, Daisy teaches others that your personality can shine even if you're different.
For some, a dog is easier to kind of adjust to, because parents can see a child who's deafblind and say, oh my gosh, because they relate. What if that was mine? It's easier to break them in, let them ask questions that they might feel uncomfortable asking a mother and a child, and realize that it's okay. And not only is it okay, but this is a really happy, happy dog.
And through this magical journey, I learned that in time and with patience, a struggle can be well worth the wait.
Oh my gosh.
Yay! All done. Yay! I'm so proud of my Daisy. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
I always love stories where people and dogs can overcome adversity. Now, if you'd like to pick up a copy of the book, What About Daisy?, take a look at this information.
To pick up the book, What About Daisy?, go to the website, whataboutdaisy.com.
Now that we've checked out 2 really great stories, we're going to move on to a more serious topic. Stick around. That's next after this break.
I believe that home is where your pet is.
And that loving an animal means never giving up on them, never letting them go.
I believe that when you spay or neuter your pets, you help decrease the number of homeless animals.
Because every dog and cat deserves a place to call home.
I believe that I found my best friend at a shelter. And you can too.
We believe that together with Best Friends Animal Society,
we can bring about a time when there are no more homeless pets.
Visit ambassadors.bestfriends.org.
It is important for young people to have a mentor in their life.
I would definitely say that I have had an impact on his life and he's had an impact on my life.
One of the most important lessons that I've learned from Charlie is to make better decisions and take responsibility for what you're going to do.
Think about what you would be today if people didn't go a step out of their way to help you out. And that's really what it's all about.
So get involved and do your part. Invest in the future. Mentor a child.
Welcome back to Canine Corner. Now, we've already seen two really great stories. We're moving on to a more serious topic. Dog obesity has become more prevalent in recent years, so it's important to exercise your dog. Here's a story about one lady who was shocked to find out that her dog had that very problem.
According to the CDC, 1/3 of adults in the U.S. are obese.
We can get her on the scale here.
Okay. And it looks like the same trend is growing amongst dogs.
We have always joked about how owners and pets resemble each other.
All joking aside, Abram says even if it's your dog that's overweight, many owners are surprised by the truth.
She could easily take off 15, 20 pounds.
When she was younger, everyone thought that she was actually a mini Australian Shepherd. So it's kind of shocking that she's gotten this overweight, because now she just looks like a full-sized Aussie, and she's not.
And for others, there's no surprise at all.
One thing I will say is I've gained a couple of pounds, and so therefore I think my dog is reflecting that I'm less active.
If you can't feel your pooch's ribs, Abram says you might want to track the situation.
The one thing we want you to do is first start tracking the weight. Set up a chart. You can weigh your pet periodically.
Before heading to the vet to find the right diet and exercise to make sure the rest is never a problem.
Knee problems, their knees go out on them all the time, back issues as well, and just the overall unhealthiness of carrying that extra weight around.
That's why it's important to make sure you and your dog are out getting exercise and your dog is getting its regular vet checkups. All right, after the break, I have one last story for you. It's pretty cool because this Torrance resident landed the cover of a national publication with her dog lady.
This financial advisor is being accused of committing one of the largest investment frauds in the history of the United States.
I guess we're not going to Aspen. That's fine. You see, I like tennis balls. He likes insider trading. So he's going to jail and I'm going to a shelter. And no, they're not the same thing. Shelters are for good pets that want to be adopted. Jails are for criminals. I've done nothing. Uh-oh. Okay, I stole a cheeseburger once on my dog.
From Maine to Maui, thousands of high school students across the country are getting in on the action by volunteering in their communities.
Action teams of high school students are joining Volunteers of America and Major League Baseball players to help train and inspire the next generation of volunteers.
It's easy to start an action team at your school, so you too can get in on the action.
Are you in? Get in on the action at actionteam.org.
Welcome back to Canine Corner. We have one last very special story. It's about a Torrance resident named Cassandra Baskell and her dog lady who landed the cover of a national publication. And if you do any traveling with your pet, you're going to want to check this out.
Once a year, the Auto Club has a national contest that gives people who travel with their pets a chance to submit a picture to win the AAA Pet Book Travel Guide Photo Contest, where the winning photos have a chance to make the cover.
Most of them, you take a picture and the dog's looking sideways, or the wind blew their hair wrong or something, and it just never looks quite right, but that one just screamed special.
So when Cassandra Baskell got a call months later from AAA about the photo she submitted of her dog lady, all fingers were crossed.
No idea how many people submitted photos or anything, but when I got the message from her, I was like, oh my God, oh my God.
Editors judging entries pick photos for the front, back, or spine of the book, and the photo she took in Crater Lake of her dog lady landed the back cover of the Auto Club's new pet guide.
And I called and I said, I have my fingers crossed, I have my fingers crossed, I think this is good news. And she really calmly told me we'd won, and I was just immediately started choking back the tears.
The 14th edition is a 700-page book that includes tips on pet-friendly accommodation, required vaccinations, and airline travel. You can even get an online copy, and AAA manager George Burkhart, a Beagle owner, says the book comes handy.
We get calls every day, do these certain hotels accept pets, and we recommend that they purchase that book.
Baskell has been a member of the club since she started driving and agrees the book is useful. She plans to use it next time they travel with their dogs and take advantage of all the goodies they won.
She's hasn't had the chance to go shopping for her Petco prize yet, but now that the puppies are growing up and she can get out more, we'll take her in to pick out some toys and let her have a little celebration. And then we'll have to plan the next dog show trip to take her on and use the Best Western card.
I picked up my own copy of the AAA Pet Travel Guide, and I tell you what, it will help you out in your time of need. So if you want the information, you're going to want to jump on this website.
To pick up a copy of AAA Travel Guide, go to AAA.com for a location near you. You can also visit AAA.com/petbook.
I love doing a review of the stories I've done because all the people and the pets that I've met have been wonderful. That's all we have time for today on Canine Corner. I'm Christy Wilcox, and we'll see you next time.